That was quick. Hello, everyone. Happy 4th of July. Sorry, I'm eating a polo mint at my best smell nice when I'm speaking to you. So, yeah, happy 4th of July for tomorrow. For those of you in America, obviously, it's a bit rude, isn't it? Me having to polo mint. Sorry. It doesn't mean that much over here. I said a while ago that I didn't want you messing with the World Cup with my football. And the opening ceremony was a bit too much. And there are obvious things behind that. And I wasn't impressed when, somebody decided that they would try to jinx our forward so he wouldn't score. That wasn't nice. If you're going to play a game, at least, try and make it fair. And he didn't score, to be fair. And I didn't know about Did he call himself a witch doctor? I think he did, not a warlock. I didn't know about that until after the game. But it seems to happen quite a bit, to be fair, in some countries, and some people not too happy about those things taking place, which is understandable. So yeah, we've got through, and we are in that place, Mexico. So we shall see what happens. I can't say I've watched too much of it, but I was outside cutting the trees in the garden, and I wasn't even watching the match. But I heard my neighbours, and they weren't too happy about how the team was playing. And I went inside to find out we were losing 1-0. And then one each. So I was happy with that. And then 2-1. So I was really happy with that. But there's a bit of a scare, especially being as Harry Kane was the person that scored, and he was the person that was targeted not to score. So it seems my statement about not messing with my football in the World Cup was, I don't know, probably a forewarning about what was going to happen. And I seem to be doing that quite a bit, and people don't seem to take any notice. And I'm not claiming to be anybody other than who I am. But I claim to tell the truth. And that's what I do. I tell the truth. So this is about how to wake up your soul and how to realize that you are more than just a meat bag. And that within you lies a great power that has been stolen from you. And you are unaware of your abundance, of the knowledge that you hold, of the wealth that you hold, of your spirituality, of the love that you can receive and give, of the power that you have. All of these things are taught out of you because there are people who run this world. I don't mean the governments. I mean people who run this world. And I am past the point of telling them to tell the truth. That's all I want. All I want in the world, all I want in this world, not because I'm anyone special, but because it's my birthright. And it's the birthright of every human being on this planet. And it is the right of every animal, every creature, to not have to suffer. And yet, they do. And so we get to the point that maybe those people that are causing the suffering should find out what it feels like. Now, it's not that I'm angry or jealous or envious or any of those things, because I've been through that. And there is an argument between me and the greatest power about why do people have to suffer before you get in contact? Like, why do people have to go through fucking shit before you say you're ready? Now, we go through these lessons, and trust me, I have been through some fucking lessons. And we still go through lessons, and I'm going through lessons now. But I'm more equipped to handle those lessons. So, the difference between the world that was and the world that is now is fear. Fear of not being enough. Fear of not having enough. Fear of not being loved. Lots of different kinds of fear. Fear about how much gas and petrol cost. Gas for you, but petrol for us. Or diesel. Fear of how much the groceries are, or shopping. Fear of what's on the TV, what's in the news. Fear, 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 fear. And it's all an illusion. It's all bullshit. My stomach's growling, so confirmation. It's all rubbish. It's all planned. And so, Forrest says, don't like making plans, they're antagonistic to freedom. And yet these plans take away our freedom. And that stops. The wealth transfer is real. Those dominoes that I told you about a long time ago now, it seems, are falling. I'm sure you are well aware. Now, I don't say this to instill fear. That's not my aim. I say this because it is true. And you need to know that it is true. I'm not just saying it to worry you. I'm not saying it to look big. Whatever reason you think that I'm saying it may not be correct. Now, I have told you the truth for the last 6 years, and my truth has changed in the way that I deliver it, but it's still the truth. And you need to be aware of that. If you're a good person, you have no reason to fear. And if you're an evil son of a bitch, which are the people I'm trying to reach, you have no reason to fear unless you remain evil. That's it. Sorry about this polo. I would bite it, but then it'll be all crunchy and I don't think that'd be too good either. And I would spit it out, but that's not good either. So this fear that you think, or this, who does he think he is, and all of that stuff, I don't think I'm anybody. I'm just telling you the truth. See, the problem is I'm the mirror, and you see me because you're seeing you. And when you say, who the fuck does he think he is? You're really saying, who the fuck do I think I am? Now, my statement between me and the universe is, I don't want to see anyone suffering. Nobody. Not one fucking person do I want to suffer. And my argument with the universe, my ancestors, the seen, the unseen, the star beings, the fae, the dragon, marine, land, air, all of them. My argument is, this is not about vengeance. This is about teaching what is correct and people learning the lesson. And they need to act in a way that is giving people the lesson. The lesson is, stop doing what you're doing because what you're doing is fucking wrong, and start doing what is correct, which is similar to the chase. Stop believing that your solve is the fucking solve, because it isn't. Only the correct solve. Thank you, universe. Confirmation. Only the correct solve is the correct solve. And any other bullshit that you put out there is just that bullshit. And you need to act in a way that is not full of ego. Now, the ego is your, I said it earlier, your pain perception, your protector. If used correctly, you see fire and you think fire bad. Fire isn't all bad. Fire brings warmth, fire brings light. But you need to understand what it is that you're actually confronting without showing that fear. Hey, Captain, how you doing? All is always well with me, mate. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So the ego is there to help, but when it overrides everything else, it becomes a problem. Now, I don't have an ego. I don't give a shit what you think about me. I'm me. My authenticity is more important to me than the money that you lot fucking worry about. I kid you not. Me seeing a world where nobody suffers is more important to me than all the money that you fucking people have. And those people I'm talking about include you. But you do not suffer if you don't cause the suffering. See how that works? Like people say, hurt people hurt people. I was hurt. Oh yeah, I was hurt. Oh, I don't want to hurt no one. Because I know who I am. I have been to me, unlike Charlene, who sings that song. I've been to me. Know thyself. And that's the battle. The hardest battle you'll ever have, but the one that's most worth it. You don't have to fight with anyone ever. You don't have to worry about any burdens ever. Now, it may be that you have to wait because most of the time you're blocking the great life that you're expecting or wanting or hoping for or praying for because you act in a way that doesn't deserve it. Now, please listen. These people that run this fucking world or any other world, you are going to lose it. I don't mean lose your ag, although I know you're doing that anyway, but you're going to lose everything because it wasn't yours in the first place. So that's what you need to realize. It's not yours. It never was yours, never will be yours. You're not losing anything. You have to let it go. It's not yours. You may want to say, yes, it is. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. And if you're honest with yourself, you know it isn't because you didn't get it in the correct manner. It doesn't belong to you. And therefore, you should let it go. Now, the thing you need to remember is you are going to lose it anyway, no matter what you try to do. No matter what you try to do, you're going to lose it. Now, you're either going to lose it because you give it and gain some, whatever word you want to throw in there, or you lose it because it's taken from you. And it's taken from you in the worst possible way because of the evil things that you did. Now, listen, when somebody sues you, even if it's only one person, it's going to cost you some heavy money. When the whole world sues you for the same thing, it's going to cost you everything. You know what you did, and you know why they will sue you, and you know why they will win. And they won't come to you all nicey when they know what it is that you did. And I include the Vatican in this. I include the churches. I include all religion, all governments. I include NASA, scientists. I include the professors, the teachers, everybody that was in, the medical people, everybody that was in on this, that tried to destroy our civilization, that tried to destroy our planet. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, this is real. Creation, mum and dad are home, the babysitters have been fired because they abused the power that they had. And were given ample time to correct, not mistakes, misguided deeds that they did. Ample time to correct it, and they haven't. And so the karma that I didn't want them to have, hence the videos that I started doing, is real. And I have no sympathy. I don't want no one to suffer. Don't get it twisted. I don't want anyone to suffer. But when you ignore everything that's being said, when you still think that you're God, when you still insist on doing the same things over and over, and then trying to stop the person that's trying to help you, your karma is going to be very real. And I don't mean in a good sense. I mean in a bad sense. Now, I'm not playing. Not playing. You see, I sit and think, I don't want no one to suffer. No one should suffer or go through anything that I've been through. Nobody should feel the pain that I have gone through. Nobody should live the life that I have lived, or worse than I have lived. No one. That is not the way that we are supposed to live. But in order to live the way that we are supposed to live, to find source, we go through those lessons. To make us strong enough to withstand the fucking, excuse me, confirmation, the bullshit that's being put out. We have to go through those lessons to learn, as Forrest said, nothing is as it seems, and words don't mean what you think they do. And when you listen to the news, it ain't real. The Truman Show, half, not well, I don't know how many, I don't know in figures, but the stuff that we see on the telly, in the cinemas, they are forewarning what's going to happen. When you see things like The Simpsons, it's because they already know. These things are already planned. And then it becomes real. But those things are changing now. The power has shifted. The game is a different game, and you don't know the rules. But I suggest you learn them very quickly because your rules no longer work. More confirmation. And again, I do not care what you think of me. I don't. I care that you hear me, that you listen, not because I'm anybody special, but because I don't want you to suffer. I'm not averse to you suffering if you carry on making people suffer, because I then choose, along with the universe, who would I rather suffer? The innocent person that has done nothing wrong, or the person who is causing the suffering? I have to make a choice. Excuse me. The person that is causing the suffering, or the person that is suffering? Well, I don't want the person that's suffering to suffer because they've done nothing. So it has to be the person that's causing the suffering. Now, again, the argument, the statement to source, you call God, the universe, however you want to address that, the devil, whatever. The person that's causing the suffering has to stop. If they don't choose to stop, they will be made to stop to the point that they will be removed if they don't stop. Some people say rapture. See, if it's going to be heaven on earth, then evil doesn't belong here. So the good aren't going to leave. The evil's going to leave. It's that simple. Now, I don't want people to suffer. So if evil, however you see that, does the right thing, listen, this is the important bit. If evil does the right thing and does not cause suffering, those people don't suffer. And because those people don't suffer, you don't suffer. So nobody suffers. Win-win. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, but we're going to lose all our money. We're going to lose this. We're going to lose that. No, it's not yours. It never was yours. Now, you can, when you choose to give it back or when it's taken from you, choose to do what everyone else has done, and that's earn your lifestyle in the way that you made it out to be, the chase, the American dream, whatever it is, however it's said. Except now, you have the knowledge that it isn't about the American dream. It isn't about stepping on people to be rich. It's about understanding who the fuck you are so you can get in touch with Source and live your dream. Not the dream that hurts people. The dream that gives you all the things that you want. If you live a life where you are making people suffer, where you are hurting people, where you are judging people, where you are envious of people, where you are whatever it is that is negative, you ain't going to get shit, because that's not the way to be. Like, if you envy somebody for having something that you haven't got, you have the ability to get that. And the fact that you envy them means you ain't never going to get it, because you haven't learned the lesson. Now you have to trust. Remember the leap of faith. You have to trust that everything will be correct. If you do the correct thing, everything will be correct. If you do the incorrect thing, then it will be incorrect. And it will be incorrect in a worse way than you can imagine. Because it truly is going to be, you get what you deserve. And everything, as I've said before, you haven't listened, but I'm sure you'll know now, gets returned. And if you get angry, you obviously haven't learnt the lesson because it came back. If you get angry because it came back and you want to do more, guess what? That comes back as well. Remember the mirror. So basically what you're doing is you're seeing yourself in the mirror and you're attacking yourself. You think it's me or whoever it is. But in reality, you're attacking yourself. Once you learn to stop attacking yourself, guess what? You don't get hurt. Nothing happens to you. Because it's what you put out that came back that hurt you in the first place. Now, you can blame me or anyone else that you're trying to hurt, but the reality of it is you are not healed enough. You're not healed enough to have the good life. And when you send out shit, you will live in the shit that you sent out. It will go back to you. Because you're getting what you deserve. And those people that give out love, and those people who give out, the shirt off their back, and those people that do all these nice things will get all these nice things because they will get what they deserve. Now, in order for no one to suffer, then nobody should be giving shit to anybody, because then no shit will come back. That's simple. That's the argument. Like, it's not about revenge. It's not about anybody's ancestors trying to get revenge. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. No. Which is Baal, not Creator. No. If you spend your time wanting vengeance, then you haven't learned anything. You should still want love. You should still want peace. You should still want truth. You should still want harmony. You should still want those things, and leave the universal laws to take care of it, not man's law. MJ, how you doing? Good to read you. Happy 4th, yes. Happy 4th of July. It's not 4th of July yet, but it will be. It will be. So those American flags. I don't know if you're following the football, and I don't even know if the USA are still in it. I should think they are. They're doing pretty well. But I think now you might know in America how important the World Cup is and how popular it is. Like, if you're in those countries where the football is. I'm glad you are. Like I say, I don't wish any harm on anyone. Like, there's loads of lies, about the sort of person that I am. But the sort of person that I am is the person that's talking to you now. I don't wish harm on anyone. Now, that doesn't mean to say I'm going to walk into a nest full of, poisonous snakes. Just because I don't like snakes, in the sense that I don't want to be bitten by one and have it kill me, doesn't mean that I don't think of it as a beautiful creature and, love it for what it is. But I don't want to be in a room full of them, because I know I won't make out alive. But I can love everything from a distance. Now, if I know the snake isn't going to harm me, then, yeah, of course, I'll get in there with it and I won't mind at all. But a snake is a snake. It's like the song. When she saved the snake. half-frozen snake down by the river, and she brought it in, and then she held it, and it bit her. It's like, well, you knew I was a snake when you brought me in. What do you think I was going to do? So I don't hate the snake for being a snake. And that's the thing we all need to learn. Everybody has free will. They can do whatever they want. But if you do it, you have to expect that something bad's going to happen to you. That's not out of a punishment. That's a lesson to say, look, I don't think you should be doing that. That's how simple it is. I don't think you should be doing that. That's your lesson. So the important thing is know thyself. If you know yourself well enough to know what's right and what's wrong, you're halfway there. If you love yourself enough to forgive yourself for what was right and what was wrong, you're 3/4 of the way there. But if you love yourself enough to not forgive the others, it's not about forgiving anyone apart from yourself. If you love yourself enough to understand why those people did what they did and accept it, not forgive it. We don't have the right to judge. We all sin. We can't throw the stones. So if we can't judge, then we can't forgive because we don't have the power. We don't have the authority. That's for a higher authority to do, to forgive. And these people say, "Oh, but it's for you. It's for you. You know, it's to heal you." No, it's not. No, it's not. It's to heal them, to let them do it again and again and again and again. Your forgiveness is just your consent to let them to do it again. It doesn't mean anything. Forgive me, okay. I forgive you. You know, the beaten woman. Oh, I didn't mean to thump you. I won't do it again. Forgive me. Okay. And within the next 3 days, same thing. Oh, I didn't mean to do it. Forgive me. And it's just a cycle that goes on and on and on. It needs to stop. This hurt people bullshit needs to stop. Like, you need to look at yourself and go, hang on a minute, why am I triggered? What is it that triggers me? When he said that, why was I triggered? What happened in my past that makes me hate the fact that he said that, and that? Or just go straight to it and say, I've been running the world for thousands of years, so that's probably why he said it. Getting away with it for thousands of years, that's why he said it. Fed the world a whole load of bullshit for thousands of years, that's why he said it. Kept the truth from them for thousands of years, that's why he said it. Tried to poison them for thousands of years, that's why he said it. Whether that be in the mind or physically poisonous now. Like, there's loads of reasons why I say the things that I do. And if you get mad because I'm telling the truth, then you need to think about the type of person that you are. And if you get mad when I say you don't deserve that money, it's not yours, it belongs to us, then you need to look at the type of person that you are. And if you think that you are God or the devil or the baddest fucking demon that you can think of, or they protect you, guess what? You're in for a fucking shock. There is not one being anywhere in space or time that can protect you from the shit that you're going to get. And you can take that to the bank. Now, again, I tell you, I am just telling you the truth. What annoys me is that you don't listen to me trying to help you. Because that's all this is, me trying to help you. Because, listen, If I help you and you stop, then you don't suffer and no one else suffers. Nothing else suffers. See how simple that is? If I help you, the sooner you are helped, the sooner all this stops. But the longer you refuse it, people still suffer and you suffer more because you are the instigator of it. And you don't have to like it, but you do have to understand that it's in your best interest to stop. Not mine. I'm good. It's not in my best interest to worry about you. Any of you. Anybody. It's in my best interest to worry about me and not give a fuck about anything else. And if I wanted love, money, knowledge, etc., 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 and I could keep all that for myself, that would be in my best interest. But I don't want that. Excuse me, confirmation. Wow. Sorry. I don't want that. The things I do are not just for me. Like when you wake up to what's going on in the world, like really going on in the world, when you can face it and decide you want it to stop, then you have a chance. Too many people stay asleep because they don't want to face the truth. The truth of the bad things that are going on in this world, right in front of their eyes. The truth of why their children go missing. The truth of why women go missing. There's too much going on that is not accounted for. So, firstly, the judicial system will be looked into, and those people who are helping this evil consume this world and other worlds will be treated harshly because they are the people that are supposed to protect us. Like, if you employ somebody to look after your kids and they do the worst things imaginable, thinking that they can get away with it, no. Like, that's the worst of the worst. Like, your job is to protect and serve, is it? And your job in those courts are to see that justice is done, not man's justice anymore. Universal justice, because man's justice is fucking bullshit. So there are people all around this planet now, guided by the highest. I don't want to use the term God, because I don't believe in that term God. To bring down all of those corrupt beings, all of them. Every single, like, if you don't want to be judged, there is nowhere that you can run to. Not on this planet or another planet, not on this dimension or another dimension, not in this universe or another universe. There is nowhere you can run. Judgment was called Everybody will be judged. Good, bad, evil, everyone will be judged. Now, what you need to remember is I have no issue with bad people. And when I say I mean all of us. We are all good and bad. All of us. Every single one of us. There isn't one, which is why you can't throw stones, because we've all sinned. So we're all bad. But there's a certain kind of bad that's acceptable because you're just learning, you're just being a human being on this planet, having a human existence. But if you learn the lessons from being that bad person, fine. But this is the kicker. What is bad? What's the definition of bad? Like, bad is cool to some people. Bad is good to others. Like, firstly, we need to understand that we've been lied to and our perception of things are a bit askew. And some of the things that we think are bad because we were told they were bad, they're not bad. They're not bad. And you believe they're bad because that's how you've been brought up, but they're not bad. So firstly, we need to... I fucking love you, I do. Confirmation. We need to define what bad is. It's only bad because we've been brought up to believe that certain things are bad, but they're not bad. They're a way of life. They're a way of existing. That's it. They are not lessons. Experiences. They are experiences as a human being. But we've been brought up to believe that certain things are bad. We've been brought up to believe that Christianity is one faith and Protestants and Muslims and whatever, Islam, whatever. We've been brought up with all these different things, just as we fight each other. We've been brought up to hate the colour of skin. We've been brought up to be separate from the female as males and separate from the females as males, separate from the males as females. Within ourselves, let alone outside of ourselves. You see, the woman leads. This is the truth. The woman leads and the man protects. Now, we know that. Deep down, we know that we're supposed to protect the woman. We know that. And deep down, we know that the woman leads because we let our mom run the house. We let our wife run the house. Like, we know as males deep down that women lead. But these fuckers hate women. These misogynist narcs. Now, the truth is women lead. And the truth is men protect. Now, within us, there is the feminine and the masculine, and you have to let the feminine lead, and you have to protect the feminine enough that she can fucking lead, and you need to respect her. Which is why you're brought up to honour your mother. Which is why people get pissed when you don't. So, let the feminine lead. Let the masculine protect. And the two of you, as the one, will be okay. So the feminine is the heart. The masculine is the mind. And we're in this vessel, this meat suit. The heart is the subconscious. The mind is the conscious. You see, men and women don't get on because we're told to think differently. And that creates a problem within ourselves. That battle between the heart and mind battle. Shouldn't be a battle. Like if you're doing the correct thing, it's not a battle because the mind understands what the heart wants and the heart understands what the mind reasons out. Now, if you want an example, you Christian people, if you want an example, there was a certain person called Solomon who said, well, let's cut the baby. Like, let's kill the baby. I can't remember how he said it, but we'll give you half each. But the real mother said, no, 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 no. I'd rather you give the baby away. I'd rather give the baby away than have you do that. You see, in that moment, whilst using his head, he was also using his heart. But he wanted to give the child back to the real mother and reasoned out that the mother would do whatever it took to save the child's life. So with his heart and his mind together as one voice, the correct thing was done. And truth was revealed. And that's what's happening. One voice, the masculine and the feminine, the heart and the mind, the soul and the vessel, together as one, wanting what's best for the highest good. Not the self, not the ego. The ego is there to protect you. It's not there to rule you. The ego says all fire is bad, and you're afraid of the fire. Where in truth, it's not that. You shouldn't be afraid of fire. You should respect it because it's dangerous if used incorrectly. Excuse me, confirmation, but it's useful if used correctly. Like fire can be your best friend, especially if you're cold, especially if you can't see, especially if it's the sun. So, this truth, excuse me, confirmation, this truth is we are more powerful than we know. And they have lied to us for thousands of years to stop us having that sovereignty. Because once you tell them that you're a sovereign being, they have no power over you. Because that's what being sovereign is. They can't charge you for gas and electric. You have a right to these things. You have a right to a good existence. You have a birthright for your inheritance. You have a birthright to have the financial means to live. Your name is all that you need, and that's what they took from you when you were born and wrote it on a birth certificate and stole your identity and stole everything that belongs to you for your whole life and then make you work. Now the truth is going to come out. I can assure you of that. And too many people know now the truth. The names will be revealed of the people that have done these bad things, evil things, not bad things, evil things. Just to be rich. Medicine is a lie. We're going back to the plants that the Creator gave us This petroleum bullshit is a lie. Fossil fuels is a lie. Science is a lie. Well, not all science. Like, considering we live on this world where we're told that gravity does all of these things, when you ask them what is gravity, they don't know. They don't define it. Like, one of the worst lies there is. Like, if you believe that it's gravity that does everything, there's something wrong. Like, gravity isn't strong enough to hold a balloon. A helium balloon. Like, if it's gravity, that doesn't go up. If it went up, it'd come back down. Because gravity would pull it down. Keeps me on the flipping deck. Keeps you on the deck. But it can't stop smoke rising. Can't stop a balloon going up. There's something wrong with that. Like, when you see those jets zooming past and you see that, I don't know what you call it, almost like a cloud burst, that's air pressure, not gravity. That's the pressure of the air. Like that, they try to say that the oceans are salty because the rain lands on the mountains, the salt flows into the rivers, and then the rivers feed that into the ocean. And then it evaporates as pure water and then falls down. And the cycle repeats, and then the salt gets left behind. That kind of ruins the fresh water then, doesn't it? Because it goes from fresh water to salt water. So it's always salt water. Has to be. Has to be saline water. Has to be. Like, if that's what they're saying. The salt comes from the rivers, the streams, the brooks, whatever, into the river, and then into the ocean. So every stream, every river, every brook, whatever, must have salt in it for it to put it into the ocean. That's what they're saying. And it would have to be a rather big amount of salt. And you would have to have salt in every country. Like there will be salt in every country, on every mountain that leads to every stream and every river that leads to the ocean. Like, some of the things that I hear, I think, hang on a minute, how can that be right? With their way of thinking, salt is abundant, it's everywhere. I don't recall many people mining for salt or digging up salt or whatever. Like, some of the stuff I hear, I think, what are you talking about? What the fuck are you saying? Like, what are you trying to make me believe? That just doesn't sound in the slightest bit plausible. And if it is real, why is nobody just using the salt that's around us everywhere? In every stream, in every river, there is salt. Now, this world is not going to run on oil or whatever these rich people flipping hope that it's going to be on. Ain't going to happen. The technology in the pyramids and things like that will be used. The water-based, fuel. I can remember 1976. There was a drought in England. Hosepipe bans and all of that. And I'm thinking, we live on an island surrounded by water, and we can't get any water. That doesn't make any sense. I was only a kid, 13. I seem to stay around 13. Well, somebody else said that. And I'm thinking, why can't we just use the water in the ocean? And it's like, oh, no, we can't. It costs too much to do this, that, and the other. And yet, in reality, please listen, in reality, the sailors had water on their boats in the 1400s, 1500s, 1600s, whatever. And they used it by purifying the seawater. But it's too expensive for us to do. But even Noah must have known how to purify water if he was in that ark. Must have done. There is no way they could have gone a year or whatever. Listen, there is no way they could have gone a year, or however long they're supposed to be in that boat, without fresh water. Now, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. So they must have had, I don't know, hundreds of buckets to feed or water the animals and for themselves to stay alive. It's like, hang on a minute, what you're saying doesn't make any sense. I want to believe it, but it's like, no, that's impossible. They didn't do that. They couldn't have done that. And then you get that, there'd be pandas and tigers and kangaroos and koalas in Turkey, wherever it landed. It's like, no, it didn't happen. Unless, they swam back to their country of origin. It's like you're trying to tell me something that's impossible. Remember, it's only supposed to be difficult. Trying to tell me something that's impossible. You want me to believe it. I'm not going to believe it because it's impossible. At least make it possible. It would be possible if there were pandas in Turkey. Not even if there were pandas now. If there were pandas then. They were there, and then at some point they were moved to China or wherever they go, and the kangaroos were moved to Australia with the koalas. It's like, no, it's impossible. What you're telling me is impossible. So if that's impossible, why would I believe it? Confirmation, sorry. And that's how I work with everything. If you tell me something, I think, well, is that possible? And if I deem it to be impossible, I know you're lying to me and whether you know that you're lying to me or not, but if it's impossible, then you're lying to me. Now, these people that run our country, world, they've done some lying. Some big lying. And, Forrest is right. It's not who you are, it's only who you make them think you are. So at some point in time, there was one creator who maybe created gods, and those gods were revered by a civilization. But then other civilizations decided they would call them a different name. But in reality, let's think about this. In reality, we have named our planets. We have named our stars on the gods or the people that existed a long, long time ago. Now, you would have to say that there has to be some truth in that. Has to be some truth in that. Because a long, long, long time ago, there were no telescopes or anything. There was no Hubble. There was none of that. And yet these people knew that there were planets out there, or stars, which is it? Star, planet, planet, star. And they named them. Or is it that there were no people? That those planets are the gods? Is the earth a god? Is Gaia a living, breathing being? But if you start with a lie, the answer is always going to be a lie. Again, back to the chase. If your warm waters halt is not correct, none of it's correct, because that's where the treasure was. Not lying. That's where the treasure was, at warm waters halt. Well, warm waters anyway. That's where it was. Why are you worried about the blaze? Moon. Why are you worried about the Homer Brown? However it went, if you have warm waters halt. Or why are you worried about warm waters halt if you have Homer Brown? Because it's all the same place. It's all the same place. The blaze, the Homer Brown, warm waters, it's all the same place. And if you have one, why are you worried about the other? But you have to have the correct one. You have to start with the truth. And only when you start with the truth can you finish with the truth. Which is, some people say Yahweh, some people say Yahuwah. But if you take the fact that we were born in his image, if his image, his reflection, is of Yahuwah, then if you take that Yahuah, if you take that and reverse it, you have the breath, which the first shall be last, the last shall be first. The first breath that we all take, every person, and the last breath that we all take. And yet the soul knows that the last breath just leads to the first breath. And he shall destroy the Antichrist with the breath. And the synonym of that is truth. So if you take the image of Yahuwah, it sounds a bit like Yahweh, but it isn't. Because when you breathe in, and then you breathe out, you have Yahuwah. So you breathe in, it's not Yahweh, it's Ha, U, Hey. That's his image. And it's the first and the last that all creation has. And it's one name for eternity because it won't change. The breath does not change. It remains the same forever. And it is just one name, made in the image of Yahuwah. Now, that, don't get me wrong, that is just a truth of a civilization that talked of a being that was the creator. But remember, it's not who you are, it's only who you can make think you are. Now, you take that Yahuwah. See, I made a comment on some site, and somebody come back and says, well, what you fail to realize is that he's the son of Jah. And I'm thinking, no, we talked about the J thing, 1524 AD. What you're not getting is, if it's not Jesus, he's not the son of Jah, because there's no J. Like, people don't want to hear what you're saying because their bias convinces them that they're right. Well, you can't argue that he is the son of Jah. That's the important thing. Don't worry about his name being Jesus. When he's not Jesus because there's no J, so how can he be the son of Jah? Has to be the son of Yahuwah. And so you have those things that tell you, Yah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Because that's how you speak to the divine. Like, you speak to him saying, Jesus this or God that, before you ask anything. And that's the same with that statement. It's not yea, not yes, though I walk through the valley. It's Yah speaking to the divine, though I walk. Then you have ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. And you have this big long Gloria. And it's like, who the fuck is Gloria? Now, glory is just a fabric for umbrellas or whatever. So that's not what they're saying. So what they're really saying is glory Yah, speaking to the divine. Yah being the name. Then you have the hallelujah, not Jah, Yah, because there was no J. So all of these words that have been used to hide the one name for eternity, which is why J exists, to take away any name that leads back to Yah. So it becomes Joshua and Jacob and James and John and all of those names instead of yeah. And then they try to fob it off with the IE, yeah, which is what Shakespeare used to use, I think. And Francis Bacon, they didn't use a J. There was no Juliet, Juliet. There was no Janus, the Roman god. It was Janus. So they produced all of these lies in all of these books, documents, whatever, to take us away from the truth. And they've done it forever until now. And that's what the news is. Bullshit. They are lies to convince you of something that isn't true in order that you remain in the vibration that they need you in so you don't wake up. Now, part of the waking up process is the pineal gland here. And they have poisoned us in our water to stop this working. In fact, I'm not lying. It's to stop us being able to see like Cyclops with this one eye that we have, the third eye, which is why the Illuminati have it in their little pyramid. The all-seeing eye. That's how powerful we are. But unknowingly going through life, not being able to use it because Some people think that they're gods and they want slaves and they use us as those slaves. Now, nothing that I say is a lie. And when I say that judgment is here, and when I say I don't want to see anybody suffer, I mean it. No one. Not a single soul. Now, if you haven't got a soul, how does that work with me? I don't know. Am I saying saving the meat suit? Is it worth saving the meat suit? Of course it is. I would save a dog. I would save a snake. I would save a lion. I would save a monkey. I don't care what, who. I just care that no one or nothing suffers. Because there's no need. None at all. Now, the reason people do the things they do are because of those lower base feelings, that jealousy, that envy, that anger, those things. Now, anger's okay if it's used correctly, that righteous anger. But you need to control the anger. You need to control. When I say control, I don't mean don't do these things. I mean understand them. Know why you feel those things. And know that they're not good for you. You should never be envious of anyone else having anything. You should be glad for them. Excuse me, confirmation. You should be glad for them. Because you know, or should know, if it's possible for them, it's possible for you. Someone else can have it, why can't you have it? It's the water. That's my problem too. Bad to the bone. Who's bad to the bone? No, what does your shirt say? It says, I can multitask. I can listen. Oh, ignore and forget. All at the same time. Sorry, I wasn't watching. Happy 250th, America. Well, hey, Davey. How you doing? Glad to see you, mate. Bad to the bone. That's my problem too. The water, yes. So I find it weird, really, because I never drank a lot of water. I must have subconsciously known that it wasn't good for me, but I didn't drink much water. It's not, and I don't drink that much water now, even though all these spiritual people say, you've got to drink water, you've got to drink water, you've got to drink water. But now I understand why you have to drink it. It's not just for the sake of drinking water, apart from hydrating your body, but the energies that come through you are pretty intense. And you don't want to get fried, so the more fluid you have in you, the better it is for you. So drink your water. But yeah, I'm not a water drinking person as such, but I do have, probably a bottle a day, I suppose, at the most. And then the rest of it is, cordial or tea and coffee, because I like tea and coffee. So, and some people say, that's a bad thing. You shouldn't have tea or coffee, caffeine, this, that, and the other. But hey ho, I'm still here. So, confirmation. Just what people say is bad isn't bad. Not all the time. And we need to, live in a world where it's a choice, it's a lesson, and it's up to the person to do what they do. Free will. If you took away free will from someone else, then surely they should take it away from you. So something you like to do, you can't do because somebody judged you for it. Oh, you shouldn't smoke. Oh, can't smoke then. It's bad. Oh, you can't drink. You shouldn't drink. Now, I understand why these people say it. You know, if you get drunk, you know, drive and hurt someone, or get drunk and get violent and hurt someone and that. I understand all these things. But the thing is, it's a judgment. It's not up to you to judge that person and say it's bad or good. It's up to that person to understand, the person that does it. It's not a bad thing. So, I don't care what people do. It's up to them what they do. But I will call judgment on them and say, look, you know, you can't go around these evil people doing what they're doing. That, to me, I'm not judging it. I don't know how far to judge it. I haven't got the experience to say, right, this, what you're doing, is this. Like, how do you judge it? So I just say, well, these people are doing this. These people are doing this. You judge it. You do it. It's not my burden to carry. That's what we're told. Give it to source, creator. You say God. So if I don't judge, if I haven't got any worries about the things that people did to me, or the people that I love, remember I said don't hurt anyone I love because I already had someone. So if it boils down to this, we are all one. We are all connected. That invisible thread, remember that Forrest was talking about, that connects us all. That one consciousness. Now, if we are all one, and you hurt somebody, guess what? You're hurting me. If we are all one, and you do something that hurts yourself, guess what? You're hurting me. Because you're part of me. You're just another part of me that is experiencing life differently. Because we are all connected to the one. The I am, which is in the DNA. Again, rib is DNA. Created from the rib. DNA, I am, is whatever those things are. Iodine and something in the 6, 5, 10 sequence of whatever. Whatever that is. You people will know, but so that's the I am. It's part of our, DNA structure, whatever they call it. So there is a truth that can be reasoned, and there is a truth that actually is. I think, therefore I am. So the first breath that led to the first thought created us. Something someone, don't get upset, something had a thought, and then you get onto manifestation, don't you? How to manifest. Something, someone had a thought and created us. So your thoughts and your words hold weight. You are able to think something into existence because the creator thought something into existence. And part of you, remember, we're all part of it, part of you is, you say God, the creator. Part of you is a creator, so you can create with, you say God. the universe, creator. You can create with the creator. So therefore, when you think it, when you speak it, you can create it if you're in alignment with the creator. So the simple truth is, I think, therefore I am. In other words, I am the creator and I create this, this, and this with my thoughts, my words. I create. Others will come and do more wondrous things than I. If you're able to think and create because you're in alignment, then those things will happen. As people around the world are finding out, things are happening. Not good things for them, but for others, good things. Like the love that is in the world now is a lot more now than it was before. Now, not so long ago, I said that you need to watch the Schumann resonance. Now, if anyone's been watching the Schumann resonance, they will see it's having a jolly old time at the moment. So, get out into nature. Is that human nature or a spiritual nature? A way of being, like the nature of things. Is it human nature or spiritual nature? So for me, they're one and the same because it is the one vessel that contains both the human and the spirit. Now, if the human works in alignment with the spirit, because you're all one, and you have the nature of the human and the spirit working together, and you think, no one can think my thoughts, and you think, therefore you are, I think I am a creator. Therefore, I am a creator. And I can manifest. I can make things happen through my words and through my thoughts. Because that's how we came about. That's what we're told. The creator created everything. Whoever you think the creator is. The creator created everything. I think, therefore I am. So, woke up one day and went, oh, I've just had a thought. I wonder what I can do with these thoughts. What? You are weak. Regards to FF Pound. Give it up, bro. You have visited USA and failed. Let's start right now. Okay. Okay. I failed. I failed in what? I'm not searching. Oh, I was a lane searcher. Oh, fair enough. That's your choice. You can believe what you want. Don't worry about it. We've gone from a, I don't know if that's a compliment or you talk about yourself. Best dope diff ever. You went to USA. Yes, I did. That must be the Axel Foley. Hey, Moni, how are you? Glad to read you. Well, I have to admit, when I went to America, it was lame. You're right there. It was lame. And I've already said that. And I've already said, I was stupid and all those things that you're trying to say here. And, hang on, what did I say? No, I didn't say I was a dick. But I did say I was stupid. But thanks for pointing out what I already know, what I've already said about myself. I don't know. How can I give it up? FF poem, give it up. I didn't know I was talking about the FF poem. I didn't know I was talking about that. But I can guarantee you, that everything that I have said about the FF poem is 100% true. And any judgment of me will be given by me and spirit. So I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. I would say good to see you, but I can't see you. But thanks for that. It's good to be seen, I suppose. And I mean that to everyone. Like, I have no animosity. That's a good word to anyone. Even this, I'm trying to say, is that 9? Trying to work out what the Roman numerals are. I think IX is 9. Joker smoker. Don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't live in that world, I'm afraid. Sorry. I don't know what that means. But it's nice of you to turn up, whoever you are. It's another person watching. Or unless they've left. No, they'll probably come back. Anyway, so if you truly believe that you can create, it doesn't mean that you will create. The first part is you have to be in alignment. So, in order to get into alignment, you have to release all of those things that don't serve you. Confirmations. So, you go through that process of purging. Now, imagine the cup. You're the cup, you're the vessel, you're the Holy Grail. And your vessel is full of shit that doesn't suit you, serve you, help you. And the universe wants to give you everything that you're asking for. Because you're asking and you're a creator and you want to create stuff and you want stuff to come into your life. And the universe says, I can't. And you're like, but you should, because I do this and I do that and I do the other. It's like, well, you're full of shit. I can't get anything else inside you because you're full of shit. So unless you get rid of that shit that's already in you, I can't give you what you're asking for. And as long as you keep that shit inside you, like go through life spewing out shit because you're full of it, then the universe can't give you good stuff. So only when you come to terms with the person that you are and get rid of all that shit and try to be more harmonious, more joyful. Well, unless you do those things, the universe goes, nah, not interested. Can't give you shit because you're already full of shit. So you start not with an empty cup. You start with a full cup and you have to empty it. Like, the more you want, the more you have to empty it, which means, getting rid of your life. Yeah? Anything that you say or do is going to come back to you. Anything that you say and do is going to come back to you because the universe already knows. I don't accept shit. I have my own shit. I don't need anybody else's. So anything that you say and do towards me or anyone that I love will come back to you. But it won't come back to you in a nice way. It will come back to you in the worst way. Because that's how it works now. Now, I'm not going to judge you for the things that you say and do. I don't give a shit. I don't care. You can say and do what you want. But the universe will judge you accordingly. And at some point, you will get the message that what you did wasn't nice, wasn't called for, and maybe, of course, and that's why I am brave enough to say, your liege, brave enough. What? Liege? I'm nobody's liege. I don't profess to be better than anyone. Listen, if you think that any of this is going to get to me, even though you can't spell properly, you're sadly mistaken. There have been better people, or worse people, depending on how you look at it, that have been in my chat that said, I don't know, too many things to be fair. Where are they now? I treat everybody the same. Everybody the same. The only difference is how they treat me. See, Forrest said that he would get a new rope out of respect. So I give everybody a new rope. It's up to them what they do with it. Just saying. It's spelt with a K. But if you're going to say it, at least get it right. Hey Tim, how you doing? Good to read you, mate. Hope everything's good over there. It's still not the 4th here yet, but happy 4th of July when it gets to you. Well, is that Paul Anchor? I'm glad to hear. I am glad to hear. So, in order to, some people say ascend, but the ascension is just the chakras that's in the human body, and there's more than 7, but let's just say 7. So the ascension is going from the lower base, like Axel Foley here, going from the lower base up to the crown, the lotus, the 144,000. Once you get to that point that you've aligned those, then you have a chance of understanding who the creator is, which is basically you. You are the creator along with everyone else. Working with the original creator, because you were created by the creator. And just like your mum and dad, you take on the traits of the person that created you. So if the person that created you is able to create the universe and everything that we know, then at some point, given the right training, you'll be able to do the same. But it isn't just about that. Like, your vessel has to be able to handle it. Like I said, remember drinking the water. There are so-called copycats who try to copy me or copy people like me to do certain things. But the only way you can truly, go through there and align ascension is to be yourself. You have to be authentic. If you're trying to copy someone and do what somebody does, then you're not being authentic. So you're already losing. Ain't going to happen. Like, you have to be the you that you are in order to get to the point you need to get to. Like, you will never reach my level because you're not me. Not because I'm better than you, because you're not me. That's just it. You're not me. Doesn't matter what you do, you're not me. And if you're trying to be authentic, you can't be authentic by trying to be me or anyone else. Doesn't matter. So the ego, the envy, the jealousy, like if you're doing those things, you're not going to get very far with your ascension process because you're not being you and you're worried about somebody else being them or, calling people silly names. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Oh, yeah. Hello. How are you? Sesame. Looking a little like a Karma monk today. Big, what? Black tunic. No, no, no. Just a t-shirt. Don't, don't read into stuff. No. No, 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 no. No. Just a black t-shirt. No. Appearances can be deceiving, I suppose, but no. just a t-shirt. No, I'm not trying to be anything. No, I'm just in a t-shirt being me. I'm only reading when I saw the shirt. Yeah, it says I can multitask. I can listen, ignore, and forget all at the same time. Which is not really true because I do listen. I never ignore. I may forget though. People like you shouldn't even try to solve treasure hunts. I didn't try. I just did it. There was no try involved. Maybe you tried, but I just did it. Oh no! Since the universe has a nature balance of light, dark, good, bad, yin yang, forgot masculine and feminine, but hey ho. If you take one away, the other would cease to exist without its balance. But you would have to be the creator to do that, wouldn't you? That's if the universe would let you do that. See, what people seem to forget is somebody said, let there be light, and there was light, and it went across the earth, but it didn't. Did it? Did it? Or did it just go across one side of the earth? Like, was the other side of the earth still in darkness? Of course it was. And there's the balance between light and dark. There was only light on one side of the earth, and the other side of the earth was still in darkness until that side of the earth turned. Now, I know people get into the, oh, but it's flat, this, that, and the other. So there's a screen, is there? Is there a screen up? When the sun comes up, there's a screen that has one side of the earth in the sun and the other side of the earth in the darkness. However it is, doesn't matter whether the earth is flat or round. All that matters is there wasn't light across the earth. There was light on one side of the earth, and the other side of the earth was in darkness. Now, that could be one side of the earth was good and the other side of the earth was bad. Or evil, not bad. Bad is okay, evil's not. That's your name, mate. I don't try nothing. I do. Doing it is trying, Sosbro. No, trying it is trying. Doing it is succeeding. The success is an omniscient guru. Doing it is successful. There is no try. It's done. Unless you're playing rugby, then it might be a try. It's an honourable thing you speak of, Mario, but taking all bad away, good would not be able to exist. It's not taking all bad away, is it? It's not taking all bad away. The bad still exists, just in a different place. It's still there. And it's not bad, it's evil is different than bad. So there will still be good and bad, but at the moment there's good, bad, and evil. You see? Big difference, isn't there, between good, bad, and evil or ugly. So you're just taking the evil away and leaving the bad behind. And not many people are going to miss the evil because there aren't that many of them that are evil. I have no issue, if you come in early, you would have heard. I have no issue with the bad. The bad need to learn the same as we need to learn. And the bad is just a choice, as is good. It's a choice. We're here to learn. We have free will. We can choose to be good. We can choose to be bad. But evil, that's a different matter because evil tends to break universal laws. Stuff man's laws because that's a whole load of bollocks. But the universal laws that evil breaks won't be tolerated and evil will not be missed. And the good and bad, the light and the dark, can live together how they're supposed to. You see how simple it is, Street? Like when you're actually spiritual and you think about these things, it's simple. When you're not devil's advocate and you just want to fuck about and say stupid things, like your mate Axel. I don't know. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Yes, it does. And it gets light and dark. But let's have a go. Oh well, can we pay the bets now? Doing it and failing that where you live. Okay. I see the sun right now. See the sun right now, the earth is flat. If you can't see the sun, it's round. No, I can't see the sun, it's dark here, mate. Pitch black dark, actually. Although, I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's black. Black. Definitely dark. So, I don't know how they do that. Well, it's not just the light and dark, because then you have the summer and the winter. Davy boy, he's in the winter. We're in the summer. On a flat world. So you have to contend with the light and the dark. You have to contend with the north and the south and the water going down and all of them things. See, people say it goes a different way, in the south, but it doesn't. It goes exactly the same way. You just see it differently. Because if the water at the top spins that way, that is actually anti-clockwise. But if you're down the bottom looking up, it's clockwise. But it's still the same way. It still spins the same way. But one is going down into the ground and the other's going up into the earth. I don't know. It's just, things you need to think about. Phil Nobody's saying that you're wrong. What? Phil. Don't give his name. We're just saying you can believe in whatever you want. Just the people that believe something is flat don't judge other people like the other way around. Yeah, like to me, it doesn't really matter. I look for the truth, and then I speak the truth when I find the truth. So the truth to me is there's light and dark. Explain that. Like I don't care whether the earth is flat or round. It makes no difference to me. I'm still here. Light and dark, explain that. Explain the winter and the summer, like in two different parts of the world. Like explain those before you start saying all this bullshit. Explain those things first. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense. I'm here in the darkness, you're there in the light. If it's a flat earth and the sun is here, then everything's in the light. Everything is in the light. All of it at the same time. Which, if you read the Bible, That's the impression you get. Let there be light, and there was light, and it was over the earth. But there isn't. There's only light on half of the earth, as we know, because where you are, it's sunny, 7 hours or 6 hours behind, whatever. And where I am, it's dark because it's 0003 in the morning. Happy 4th of July. So, and that's just the truth. Like, I'm not trying to say the earth is round. I'm not trying to say it's flat. I'm saying here's the truth. I see darkness. You see the sun. On a flat earth, how does that work? Not that I give a shit. I don't care whether it's flat or round. I don't care. I just say, look, what you're telling me is bullshit. Unless you prove something different, what you're telling me is bullshit. It is winter in the south and it is summer in the north. Explain that if it's a flat earth. Like, explain these things that are obvious, before we start going on to all the other stuff. So, but like I say, I don't care if it's flat or not. I don't care if you believe it's flat. I don't care if you believe it's round. Makes no difference to me. What difference does your opinion of the earth make to me? I'm not going to criticize you for thinking it's flat. I'm not going to criticize you for thinking it's wrong. But I'm going to say, here's my truth. It's dark here. It's like where you are. Explain that if the earth is flat. Explain why it's winter where Davey is and it's summer where I am, if the earth is flat. And like I say, I don't care. Sun is coming up here. There you go. The sun's gone down here and it's coming up there. So explain that. Good and evil are relative to where you draw the line. No, evil is breaking the universal laws. And good is not breaking them. That's it. There's the line. You have the universal laws, or the 7 pillars that people talk about in the Bible, 7 universal rules. And you're a good person if you don't break them. And you're an evil person if you do. So, and anything in between. Good, not so good, bad, very bad, whatever. Until you get to, you broke a universal law that makes you evil. You shouldn't kill anyone. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Excuse me. So are you saying that the moon is something that's dark? What? So are you saying... Is that to me? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Davey, prove it. The earth is round. Like I say, there's so much stuff out there that it's up to you to choose what you believe, and no one should judge you for what you believe. But whatever you believe has to make sense. Okay, that's a good opinion. I talk shit, and I need to realise that. But it's my shit, and I'm happy to talk it. You don't have a right to tell me that I can't. And that just makes you stupid to think that you can. Normally, if you point a flashlight, at your ass, it should not light up your face. Never thought about doing that, but I believe that the sun and the moon are projected from the center point of the Earth, which is called the North Pole. They project directly on to what the Bible calls the firmament. But you see, there's the issue. If that's the case, then this is a globe. As I explained the other day, this is a globe. Excuse me. This is what you're saying exists. This is the earth. This is the firmament. And we live in it. Guess what this is? This is a globe. You can't have it both ways. You can't say the earth is flat, covered by a firmament. because it's part of the earth. Otherwise, there's a leak. You can't have it both ways. So even if the earth is flat, even if it is, and it's projected, even if all that bullshit is true, it's still a globe. So that makes it bullshit. Because even though the earth is flat, this is the earth. This is the firmament. Even though this is flat and this is the firmament, it's still a globe, still a sphere, still round or semicircle or whatever shape the earth is. And the 7 pillars that you talk about, or people talk about resting, the earth rests on, bullshit. Because if I let go of this globe, even if there were 7 pillars there, it would fall because there's enough to support it. So there's no need for the pillars. So maybe the words in that Bible are being read incorrectly, just like the rib, just like the rod and the staff, just like the yay. Maybe somebody lied to give false information. But if there is a firmament, then it's still a globe because the firmament connects to the earth, which makes it round. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't care whether the earth is flat. But if you're telling me there's a firmament connected to a flat earth or a round earth, doesn't matter. If you're telling me there's a firmament connected to a flat earth, that makes it a globe. That's what it's called, a globe. So, and I don't care, flat or not. If you put a curved dome on it, that makes it a globe. End of. There's no arguing that. If the earth is flat, okay, the earth is flat. But if it's surrounded by a firmament, makes it a globe. So the earth is a globe. End of. There's no arguing that. It's a globe. If the earth is flat and it's covered by a semicircle flipping whatever, makes it a globe. End of. So what you're saying is the earth is flat. Fine, the earth's flat. But the whole structure that was created is a globe. No one can argue that. So the earth is a globe in any way, shape, or form that you say it. Flat earth, firmament, which is a solid whatever that connects the earth to the atmosphere, however you want to describe it, has to be solid to the earth, like this, has to be connected to the earth, otherwise it'll all leak out. Like this is holding in liquid, look. It's holding in liquid. If that wasn't connected, all that liquid would fall out. All the air would evaporate, or whatever would come in, or whatever. So that's just how I see it anyway. Fish and chips, yeah! Fish and chips. Or chicken. What did they do before they invented toilet paper? Probably used a leaf. Why is the sun appear so large in the sky during sunrise and sunset, but smallest one is directly above you or closest to you? But if it was projected on to the firmament, it would stay the same all the time. Because the firmament is exactly the same distance apart. It doesn't vary. But on a globe, as the Earth is tilting and moving away, it's getting further away from the sun, which makes it smaller. Even though the sun is higher, it's because you've moved away. No, I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm just saying. But if it was on a firmament and it was just a light source going up, then as it travels across the sky, it would be the same because it's just a projection. So the light would be projected as the light itself. But then if it was projected, you would see the light, you would see the beam like a searchlight. You would see it. The only way you wouldn't be able to see it is if it was projected from outside the dome, coming the other way. But you can't have a searchlight go up and not see the beam go up. That's impossible. So I don't know. And like I say, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference to the way I live my life. It doesn't matter to me. But I just listen to stuff and I go, well, hang on, that can't be fucking right. If the Earth was flat, there would be no tide movement. See, these things can be, these things can be manipulated, but then you would have to see the machinery that did it to make the tide movement. So it's possible. I'm not arguing one way or the other because I don't care, but I'm just saying the truth. If the Earth went like that, if it was flat and it went like that, then the tide would move because the Earth's doing this. So if it's flat and it does that, or I could just do my dance, do some body propping. So all things are possible. So I don't worry about it because it doesn't, affect my life. You could travel forever on a flat Earth and get further and further from where you started. Yeah, the thing about a flat Earth is, if you started out in Africa and then decided to go around the world, you would come back to Africa. On a flat Earth, you just go. So I don't know. I've never been around the Earth, but Phileas Fogg did in 80 days. So if it's a flat Earth, then you would never get back where you started from. You would just keep on going out into space, or till you hit the firmament. Because remember, it's connected. So, if that's Africa there, and you go all the way across, dunk, you hit the edge. You can't go around. You can't go around a flat Earth. You can't go round a flat Earth. If it's flat, you will start one place, and then just end up at the other place. The only way you can go around a flat Earth is if you actually do a circle around it. Not try and go that way around it. So, and like I say, it doesn't matter. So, do you guys believe that the oceans all bend around the curvature? Well, that's a hard thing to understand. That is, there's a lot of things I don't believe. I don't believe the moon affects the tide because there's no gravity in space. And yet there's gravity of the Earth that pulls the asteroids in. So, well, make your mind up. Like there's a bloke floating in space because there's no gravity. And the gravity from the Earth doesn't pull him down to the Earth. And yet when an asteroid comes past it, the gravity pulls the asteroid in. It's like, oh, shut up. You're talking crap now. Either there's gravity and the bloke who went floating out in space goes and falls back to Earth with a thump. Or there is no gravity and it doesn't affect anything that's flying past it. Like, make your mind up. Which one is it? And if there's no gravity in space, then the gravity from the moon doesn't affect our tides. No way. Never in a million years. And if the Earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour, then the water that's on the Earth will go. You try putting water on a globe and then spin it. It's going to splatter everywhere. So, like I was saying earlier about the air pressure, when the plane travels through the Earth, when the plane travels through the Earth, the jet, that cloud burst that you see, that Mach, whatever, when it's doing the speed limit, is air pressure. That's what's causing the issue. The pressure of the Earth, or the pressure of the air. That's what's causing an issue. So, if gravity was a thing, then no balloon would ever rise. No smoke would go up. The clouds wouldn't stay up in the air. It would be forever raining because the gravity will keep pulling it down. Like, they can't have it both ways. Either gravity is real and it pulls everything towards it, or it ain't real and it's something else. Like, planes only fall out of the sky when they're not going fast enough. Because the air keeps them up. Thank you, Spirit. Confirmation. So if it's the air that keeps them up, then the air must have an effect on something. And maybe we live in a vacuum. Maybe we have the firmament and all that stuff. I don't know. And I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's all about the moustache. You're right there. You're right there. That's why they call it super. You can certainly go around a flat earth around the center point. Can't go around a flat earth. If you start, what I'm saying is not go around it. If you start the equator and you follow the equator all the way around, because that's what you're saying, the earth is flat. If you start the equator and you follow the equator, you will hit the firmament. You're saying the earth is flat, so there is no going around it. Just everything's there. Everything's there. It's all flat. Everything is there. If you go in from the equator all the way across the equator, at some point you will hit the firmament. You will not be able to go all the way around and come back where you started from. So if somebody wants to do that, if they want to start, I don't know, South America, whatever, travel across South America all the way across and go around and see if they hit the firmament, or whether they end up coming back round and going back to South America. It's like when Forrest said more than 8.25 miles north of Santa Fe. If you went north of Santa Fe and the earth is round, you will end up coming south of Santa Fe. So the treasure could have been south of Santa Fe if you went more than 8.25 miles all the way around the earth and come back the other way. You still went north. At no point did you go south, because you kept going the same way all the way around. So you kept going north, and you could have ended up south of Santa Fe. And there's a place called Equator in New Mexico, which was where warm waters halt. Warm waters halts at the equator. I'm not lying. Another true statement. I'm not lying. So you could have ended up at the equator in New Mexico, where warm waters halt, by going north of Santa Fe all the way around the earth and coming back, if the earth is a globe. You couldn't do if it was flat, because like I say, if you're on the earth and it's flat, here it is, flat, and you went north, so this is south and this is north. If you went from south to north, you go off, or you'd hit the firmament. You wouldn't be able to come back. You wouldn't be able to come back on yourself if the earth is flat. You would always hit the firmament. Wherever you go, you would always hit the firmament, as long as you kept going in a straight line, because it's flat. The only way you could go around it is if it's round. You could go like that, come back the other way. So, and like I say, I don't care. I'm just saying the truth. Mario lives in an Electrolux. Is that a fridge? Or a washing machine? No, if you follow the equator, then you are a certain distance from the center point of the Earth, meeting the North Pole. So you would just be on the equator the whole time. What I'm saying is you can't go around the Earth. You will hit the firmament. If this is your firmament, if that's the firmament, and the equator is in the middle, if you start this end and you want to go all the way to the other end, you will hit this firmament. Or you go that way and hit this firmament. You will hit the firmament. You have to. You can't keep going. On a flat earth, you can't keep going. The only way you can keep going is on a globe, where you start here and follow all the way around to back here. If it's flat, then you start here and you end up over here, and it's surrounded by the firmament. So you can't go anywhere else. Whichever way you go, you will hit the firmament, whichever way you go. If you take a straight line, whether it's flat earth or round earth, you're going to hit the firmament, unless you actually go around it. So, like I say, I don't care which way it is, because neither way seems to make sense. So it's like being in a video game and trying to make sense of it. You're just programmed. You're just programmed into this reality. And if you're in a video game and you start to wake up and go, hang on, is this place that I'm walking on round or flat? You know, trying to make sense of a hologram is pointless. Doesn't matter. If you sit in the middle of a merry-go-round, you will not be flung off. Sit on the outside and you'll get flung. Exactly. Well, the water's on the outside. It's not in the middle. So we should all get flung off. Like we should all be going, like those fairground rides. What? Because 1,000 miles an hour is pretty fast. And when you think about it, if you're in a jet, if the Earth's traveling 1,000 miles an hour and you're traveling 1,000 miles an hour, are you now traveling 2,000 miles an hour? Because you're inside the Earth's whatever field it is. Like, when you're running 100 meters, are you actually running 1,010 seconds? You know, is that how fast you're running? Well, you know what I mean, anyway. Easy, south to north, exactly. Ah, which came first, the chicken or the exactly? F the Earth. Well, no, I'd rather not. Look at the flat Earth map, the Gleason 1948 map as it is. That will help you understand flat Earth a little bit. Well, there's an earlier map than that should have been impossible to make. Like, people do this arguing about, is the Earth flat, is it this, is it that, is the other. But in reality, the ancients gave us maps that were impossible because they never had the boats, apparently. But we have maps. That's the thing you should be talking about. Like, hang on, how did you do these maps if you couldn't travel the Earth? So it's the same with Noah. Noah built the ark and supposedly took all the animals from all around the Earth. And yet there are no more boats like that. Excuse me, confirmation. It's like, surely if somebody built such a magnificent thing, everyone would be like, oh, how did you build that? Without the plans. You know what I mean? Like, let's all build a big boat. Like, there weren't any more big boats built. It's like, the stuff doesn't make sense. So, obviously BS. No thanks, I'm starting over here. What? Mario can't convince them the Earth isn't flat. Now we know what we are facing. Nobody in this community will believe this all. It doesn't. Like I say, what? Who's that? So if you're traveling 1,000 miles an hour in a jet, how much altitude do you have to decrease in order to hold 30,000 feet in altitude? I know you have to ask Forrest that. Hang on, they're not relevant. So if you're traveling 1,000 miles an hour, if the Earth's traveling 1,000 miles an hour, you're already traveling 1,000 miles an hour. So you're not even moving. Like, I'm traveling 1,000 miles an hour now, just sat here. Let alone 30,000 feet. What? It would depend how much altitude you have to decrease in order to hold 30,000 feet. You'd have to know what altitude you're at initially to hold 30,000 feet. But if I was traveling 1,000 miles an hour, I wouldn't be moving. You'd have to be. If the Earth is moving at 1,000 miles an hour, you would have to be moving at 2,000 miles an hour. Unless you're going the opposite way, then the Earth's going this way and you're going that way. Then it'd be 500 miles an hour. Yeah, well, you live and learn. You live and learn, don't you? That's how it is. All right, I've got one for you. Who wrote the Bible? And I'll give you a hint. It's written on the cover. So people say it's the King James Bible, but it's not, because the Bible was written before. Nobody knows who wrote the Bible, they say. No, initially, the Creator wrote the Bible. They're his words, telling somebody about the miracles that he did. And like I say, it has to be believable for me to believe it. The Bible came from Scripture. So the Bible didn't exist. It's been written from Scripture that did exist. But the information in the Bible is not the same as the information in the Scripture. So who wrote the Bible is irrelevant, because the Bible is a made-up thing by man. And Scripture that was written earlier by said Hebrews talked of a being that was the Creator. And that, based on the information that we have, is Yahuwah, based on the YHVH or YHUH, because there wasn't a V, as we know with the Romans. So if the name is Yahuwah, not if, it is Yahuwah, based on the Hebrew, not the Bible, because the Bible is filled with lies, untruths, vague representations of the truth. Let's put it that way, which is what you put your hand on to say you're going to tell the truth, even though what's in the Bible isn't the truth, unless you look into the words that are used. So if we're to believe the Bible, you would have to disregard the truth that is in the Scripture. I'm not lying. That's the truth. If we're to believe the Bible, we would have to disregard what came first, the Scripture. Because the Bible is supposed to be what the Scripture was, and it's not. It just isn't. Like, it really just isn't. So our mate King James, whose Bible most people say is true, was created from an earlier version that this bloke, I can't remember his name now. Anyway, they killed him for writing the truth. So they stole his version of the Bible. Can't remember his name. My flight from Athens to Atlanta passed by Iceland. Oh, did you go shopping there? 14 hours and daylight all the way. Did you go shopping at Iceland? They sell freezer stuff. Bible by Baal. Ah, Lord Baal. Oh, by Baal. By Baal, yes. Which is the lie, the deceiver, the God. So I was right. It was written by God. Because God is a lie. God is Gad and Baal and Lord and Jezebel is the lady of Baal, or looking for Baal or whatever. So it is a lie. And in Baal we trust. So in God we trust. The many lies. The Bible is about bringing the false person named Jesus back. That's the lie in the Bible. To take it away from the true Creator, give you a false. Listen, the synonym of God is false idol. Look it up. I'm not lying. Go to the word hippo, look up God, and you'll see the things that God means. Not the bullshit that they tell you, the truth of what it means. Pagan, this, that, and the other. Because that's what it is. Same with the Mecca thing, the black square thing. That was a pagan place. And then they just fancied it up and said loads of words that don't make any sense and is bullshit. Which takes you to Saturn, the black box. Probably why they call it a black box in the planes, isn't it? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Babel, the Tower of Babel. Drivel. Moses was the scribe, Thoth before Moses. So there were two people that were put in the basket. One of them was Heru or Horus, which is the son of Osiris and Isis, who has the same life as the person you call Jesus. So Horus, Heru, has the same life as Jesus had. Oh, what a coincidence. The Emerald Tablets! Yes, so I'm going to have to get to reading those. It's said that it holds all the knowledge, but you have to read it 100 times. So it's going to be a long read. I only read the Bible once. I have trouble reading the Emerald Tablets then. Only one book I want to read, knowing where it is equals game over. I had an aisle seat window. Passengers had ever window closed. Airbus. No stop in Iceland. Now Iceland's a supermarket here where they sell frozen food. It's just the way you said it. Like went past Iceland. Like should have stopped at Iceland and got some frozen foods. They did not give Moses a paddle. Oh no, he was up the creek without a paddle. They gave him a stick. Well, he did well with that stick. He made a snake out of it and, did something with the water and got the crickets and all sorts of things. Let my people go. That's where we are, to be fair. That's exactly where we are. Like, these evil oppressors are like the Pharaoh who won't listen. And Creator's going to do some stuff to make them listen. So let my people go is give everybody their soul back. Allow them to live their life and stop interfering with, the good that's supposed to be in this world. And any world, to be fair. Or else. And that's not me being anything other than me just telling you the truth. Because I don't want them to suffer just as much as I don't want good people to suffer, because nobody should suffer. But when it's self-inflicted, I just go, okay. Okay. A bit like Pharaoh now. I wash my hands of it. Not Pharaoh. Pontius Pilate. I wash my hands of it. Here's what it is. They will do what they do. You're allowed to do what you want to do. I'm not saying you should do anything. You don't have to believe a single word that I say. You don't have to do anything that I'm saying. I'm just telling you the truth, and then it's up to you what you do. But I don't care which way you do it. If anything happens to you because you don't do the right thing, that's on you, not me. I told you what was going to happen. So is the thrill of the chase about bringing the false solver back? The thrill of the chase is about truth. Believe it or not, the lies will reveal the truth, which is the same as the Bible. The lies will reveal the truth. The false solver, Jesus, he's the false one, who's going to come back is false. So when he comes back, if he came back to try and prove that he is the true solver, he will be proved to be false. So the Antichrist will be proven to be false and be defeated with a breath. And breath is truth, a synonym of truth. And the truth is that the breath, Yahuwah, is that's his name. Like in his image. The image of his name, the one name for eternity, is the first breath and the last breath. The first breath you breathe and the last breath you breathe before your soul takes another breath in another avatar. First shall be last, the last shall be first. The meek inheritance, all of it has been told, and all of it will happen. And it will happen with that breath, the truth. His name is truth. It is the breath of life. It is the Alpha and the Omega. It is the first and the last. And it will be one for eternity, one name for eternity. Yahuwah is not Yahweh. So it's the... Uh-oh, did it again. What was it? I only get so long. Where am I gone? Oh, well, you don't want to see me anyway. Can you hear me, though? Ah, and as if by magic, Source must be telling me something. It's back. I'm back. Oh, I read that. They did not give Moses none of this. What's going on? Oh, no. All those within the sound of my ears starred in Amiga Man. You are false. No clue. Talk pure shit. Well, this is pure. This is pure. Must be worth something if it's pure. I've got a feeling that that is Darren Daz. Just a feeling. Pure shit, yeah. Bit like Cheech and Chong. It's good shit. No, it's bad shit. What, bad as in good? No, bad as in bad. Yahuwah is breath. Satan is the fart. Yes, he is. I think he's learnt his lesson anyway, to be fair. I think the devil has learned he's messing with the wrong person. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Truth is truth. That's all that matters. The fake solver was there for a reason, but greed takes over, doesn't it? Like, if anybody believes that Jack was a solver and the treasure went to Heritage Auction, they do need to see, I don't know, somebody professional. Because that wasn't the treasure that Forrest talked about. Like, that is obviously a lie. There was no chest, physical chest. The jar wasn't in the book, The Thrill of the Chase. Like, there are so many discrepancies that says this is an absolute lie. And then these greedy people ran with something they thought they could get away with. Little knowing that the person they're trying to do over knew. So it started in 2020. I told Forrest I wouldn't be going to America. And that I was happy with myself, and I explained all of that. And 2021, it should have been finalised, everything should have been done, and it wasn't. And then things escalated. And I tried to tell people the truth so they would stop, but they didn't. And they took it further and further and further because they thought they could get away with it. It will get to the point that the truth will be known, they won't get away with it, and they will suffer the harshest consequences. Not through me, through them. They were warned enough times. So the chest should go where it's supposed to go. The treasure should go where it's supposed to go. And it didn't. And we have someone who's the grandson, supposedly, of Forrest Fenn, telling everybody it will be epic and fun, and that he is honouring the wishes of his grandfather. Now, if the wishes of his grandfather was to screw over the real solver and make up a pack of lies and hide the treasure from everybody, then he's doing right by his grandfather. But if it wasn't, if they didn't change the will with the home and the car and everything, if they didn't change that on the grandfather's say so, then they did it for their own reasons. So everything is known. Everyone involved in it is known. Why they did it is known. How they did it is known. The people that were I don't want to say that word though. People that were moved out of the way and how they were moved out of the way are known. Especially if you look in the basement, you find all sorts of things, don't you? Everything is known. Now, unfortunately, for you people that are sweating, it's called divine timing. No one has a say in when it happens, but just be aware that it is going to happen, or already has happened to some. If you thought you're going to get away with it, you're not. It's got nothing to do with me. It's got everything to do with you. You started the ball rolling. You kept the ball rolling. It started as a little snowball, and now it's massive and it's crushing everything. You rolled it down the mountain. Thought it was fun. It will be epic, and it will be fun, but not in the way that you thought. See, at that point in time, you were supposed to do something. You didn't. You actually want to do with the soul. Yes. And you thought you'd actually find. Yes. Mario, where you live, what is your country? Tend to think about the United States. What is your country? That you're blinkered, that you've been educated incorrectly about history for a specific reason. And my country, England, and every country thinks the same thing about America and the USA and the citizens of the USA. That's not to say that they don't like you or that we don't like you. Just that how you think is how you've been educated, and you don't know the truth about history based on the fact that you've been taught to believe that America is the be all and end all. And yet you're probably one of the youngest countries. No. Okay. Okay. You're not one of the youngest countries. You're one of the youngest races, or what, civilizations, or whatever you want to call those things, settlements. You're probably one of the youngest because the world existed way before Americans came along. You're Americans, not the true, you know, Indian Americans, Native Americans. Like when people go on about migrants now, bringing drugs and crime and all of those things, guess what? That's what your ancestors did. Who were what? English, Spanish, French. Real Americans are not you. You are a long way short of real Americans, true Americans. That's what people think. The true Americans lived in teepees, wigwams. They're American. And they're only American because you called it America. The Americas. United States of the Americas. So the whole world is going to be taught a different lesson. And that lesson is the truth, whether you like it or not. Like I say, I don't hold anything against anyone. I don't care. You're able to do, think, behave in any way that you want, even Axel Foley here. You're able to act in any way that you want, but just know that the universe has always got my back. So, and what you do isn't judged by me. I don't give a shit. Absolutely don't give a shit. Makes no, I won't say difference. Has no effect. It doesn't say who I am. It says who you are. Like everything that you say is about who you are, not who I am. Like the fact that you say knobhead, be aware, knob, rash, jog on, Mazza, boo hiss. Says everything about who you are, Darren. I'm sure it's him. When Eric Sloan immigrated to America, he chose the name. Yes, because it's part of America. You're right. Yes, I remember reading that. Which left Ma Baker. M. 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 Are you sure? Am I sure what? No, I'm never sure. I'm never sure. But it's the sort of thing he'd do. And then second to that would be Steve. Be something he'd do as well. But like I say, even if you were some random person who I didn't know, I obviously know you. Even if you were some random person that I didn't know, it still wouldn't bother me. I don't care. Like, oh, actually, oh man, I can't believe I can't remember your name now. Like Darren would definitely be the first one, but Steve wouldn't be the second one. It'd be I can't remember his name now. Tell me the name of Laura's husband, whoever you are. Nice. What's nice? Whoever you are, tell me the name of what's his name? No way, I can't. Why are you not letting me remember his name? I know his second name's Bailey. Uh, I don't know. F'd it. What? F'd what? Jack Tiff, that name sounds so heavy lifting. Study. What? What? What's going on here? Study room? That's like Brown Room. The study and analyzes of the Brown Room. Effed it, bro. Oh no, it's going to be fun and Eric, not fun and epic. It's all about them $17 a square inch. Richard, hello. Happy 4th of July to you. A little early. Not for me. I am 54 minutes into the 4th. May the 4th be with me. And it is. Hope it's a good one on you, my friend. Yes, it's always a good one on me, but thanks. I hope it's a good one for you lot. I hope it's a safe one as well, because you tend to have firework doodahs and stuff on that day. Sushi. No, that's not his name. I keep wanting to say Nigel, but that's not his name. That's not my name. What is his name? Why won't you remember? Why won't you let me remember his name? Don't you want it out on here? Okay. No finger loss yet. It's finger licking good. I hope you've all got good plans. I hope you bringing the family around and doing all those things that you do. But obviously, don't drink too much and stay out in the sun too long or whatever. Someone's warning about the heat wave not being natural. Something's going on with the heat. I don't know what that is. Okay, it's my fault you can't remember the name. No, not your fault. Who's that a picture of? What's his name? Oh, I've only known him years and years and years. Anyway, I hope whoever you are, you're doing well. Whether it's Darren, Steve, or Laura's husband and kids, I hope you're all doing well. What's his flipping name? It's going to bug me now, that is. Excuse me. I know you know his name. I know you know it. What's his name? What's his fucking name? Why do I keep wanting to say Nigel? Because I know it's not Nigel. Son of a bitch. Actually, it might even be Laura. She. Oh, I can't believe I can't remember his name. Sorry, mate, if that's you. Excuse me. Man, I can't believe that. Good night, Vienna. I know, that's Ultravox. Paul Revere's sister. Oh no, the British are coming, the British are coming. Said the redcoats are coming. Oh, Vienna. Flipping heck. Good night, Vienna. Is that a clue? Is that a clue? What's his flipping name? I hope you got that job, if that's you. Hope it went well. I can't. Are you losing it? Eric with a K. Oh, that must be Erica. Eric with A. Erica. I already lost it. What do you mean losing it? It's already gone. Nothing left. Gone, gone, gone. No, it's not laugh out loud. It's not that funny. I can't remember his name. It just you. Yeah, here's some hearts for you. Some happy smiles. Flipping heck. It is. What a clue. What is his flipping name? What's your name? I can't flipping remember. That's amazing, that is. I bet I could name every person in there. I just won't. Like, there's not even an ink apart from Nigel. I know it's not Nigel. There's not even a smidgen of. Well, I'm gonna go through all the ones that I do know. Yeah, he definitely use the word knobhead. Broke the game. I'll get it. I'm gonna get it. The fuck. Listen, the universe doesn't want me to flip and say it because there is no way I've forgotten who you are or who it is. No, absolutely nothing. It's like that's impossible. That's impossible. Steve, how you doing, mate? Come on, lads, just put out some random names. What the? That is crazy. It's because everyone used to call you dickhead. I never called you dickhead though, and I can't remember your flipping name. Not that's not only if you are him, but you used to call him dickhead. That is crazy. God. Man, I can remember everybody in that place, and I can't remember your or his name. The person in chat that is ridiculing me. I have a feeling I used to work with him, and I can remember every person there, and I can't remember his name. I'm trying. I'm trying to picture clock cards and all sorts of things to see if I can. The universe is playing with me now because it's thrown in everybody's name. Everybody's name it's thrown in. Guys, people in DPS and all sorts of places that. No, I'll get it. I'll get it. Dang, that's crazy. Well, I just text Laura. She'll tell me. I can just text Laura. Laura, what's it? That's a bit late now, isn't it? 1:04 in the morning. Mind you, she might be up. Ricky Ticky Melt. What? What? That's really done my head in now. And I know it's not because I can't remember it. It's because they won't let me. They won't let me remember that name or say it. I've been through everyone. There's got to be more than 50 names that I've just gone through. I'm going to stop thinking now. I spent too much time on that. That's crazy. Crazy. Anyway, where was I? So we need to focus on no one suffering. No more hurt people hurt people. And I know it's possible because I was hurt and I've got through. So see you, Davey, mate. Take care. This world is going to be a great place. It's going to be a great place. And I want everyone to enjoy that. Or as many people as possible. In reality, there's enough riches in this world to make it a good place, 3 or 4 times over. There shouldn't be no homeless. The medicine should be real medicine, proper medicine that helps people, not that keeps them ill so you can earn more money. The science needs to be true. The history needs to be true. Irrespective of the fallout. The understanding that, yes, it was done, but at least now, we all know. And that only comes about, well, no, it doesn't. See, I'm lying there. I'll say it only comes about if you come forward, but it will come about. It just won't come about as peaceably. But the world is already starting to wake up to, Tartaria and Atlantis, Lemuria. They're already starting to wake up to the impossibility of, these buildings in India and that being chiseled out. Starting to wake up to the bullshit in the Bible. Not that all the Bible's bullshit, just that it doesn't tally with the scripture. They're starting to wake up to the letter J, not being used until 1524. So, you know, Jesus is obviously a fake name, as are Jews and Jerusalem and the line of Judah and Jacob and Joseph and Joshua, all those people. But if people really listen to that song, Ding Dong Merrily on High, and actually thought about the word Gloria, and you look up the Gloria, what is that? And it turns out to be a fabric used for umbrellas or something. So why would you put that in a hymn? So it's obvious the statement is not Gloria a person, it's Glory Yah. And the same with Hallelujah. Spelt with a Y, not a J, because there was no J. And at the time, those people that were praising would not have used a J. So it's impossible for a person to be walking the earth who is the son of Jah when the J wasn't there. So not only is he not Jesus because there's no J, he's not the son of Jah because there's no J. Nobody said Hallelujah. So when you find out the lie, the obvious lie, like fucking so obvious, once you realise there's no Jesus and you realise there's no John the Baptist baptizing Jesus in the river Jordan, you can find out that the Jordan isn't the true name of the river, that Jordan isn't the true name of the place, the town. You find out that Judas didn't exist. He existed, but not under the name Judas. Joseph, Jonah, and the whale. But these things are lies. All of them are lies, based on one letter. And you have to wonder why one letter was so important. And it's the letter of the Creator. That's why. Not because Jesus was the issue. That's what everybody focused on. But, well, Jesus this, Jesus that. Not about Jesus. It's about the Father. The Creator. That's the lie. A light just went past there. I don't know where that came from. Because it's dark outside, not sunny on this flat earth. Focus on eggs. Exactly. Eggs. Why are they chickens? Homeless are free to be themselves without you saying there should be no homeless. Yes, you can be homeless, but you can be looked after. Like there should be nobody homeless. If they choose to live free, that's fine. But they should not be without their birthright. So I don't say I choose their life for them. I say, look, you want to live homeless? Okay. And here are the facilities for you to live homeless, but have a good standard of living. Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. Like, there are plenty of people who want to live off grid, without a home, without paying tax and all these things, and that's fine. But they shouldn't be treated as non entities. Like, if you're willing to give money to somebody who lives in a house but doesn't want to work, then you should give money to somebody who lives on the street who's not working. Not that I think that people shouldn't work. I believe there's a job for everybody, even if it's just cleaning the streets. There's a job for everyone. And I don't believe anybody should be getting paid for doing nothing. Unlike you, Mr. Bailey. Oh, flipping name. So yeah, being homeless is fine. You can be homeless, but you shouldn't be treated as a non-citizen. So that's the homeless I'm talking about, not the homeless. I'll decide how you live your life. That just because you're homeless doesn't mean that you are homeless. Why the fuck would the next upcoming peep want to be like the fuck to you? I don't know what that means. Why the fuck would the next? I wish you could write English. What does that say? Is that supposed to be the? Why would the next upcoming peeps? Well, there's a name not many people use. Want to be like the? I don't know. What? I am saying drop out, do it, do be a chicken. What? Nah. Work for nukes. Nice one, bro. What? No, I'm not going to sort it out. You know he's doing me flipping head in. Ashley! Fuck you, bastard. Ashley. Fuck. I'm happy now. Ashley. That's the name. Why won't you let me remember that? Oh. Oh. Because of Ashley, not Ashley. Ashley. Flip. Done. I'm happy now. I don't care whether you're Ashley or not. I'm not going to sort it out. I am, though. I truly am going to sort it out. All of it. Every last bit of it. Anyway, now that I've got Ashley done, happy chappy, and now that, we've sorted the world out, happy days. Happiness is a pot, Forrest said. And I believe that. I believe happiness and not indulgence. See, the problem with indulgence is it takes away from you, it doesn't give you. When you indulge something, you're using a part of yourself and you'll never get that back. So, if happiness is the pot, and the pot is the gold at the end of the rainbow, gives me confirmation, then we're all entitled to that pot of gold. So people saying that I do stuff, obviously just my interpretation of what's going on. People saying that I do stuff to get stuff. No. I do stuff because I'm owed stuff. And I do stuff because Everybody's owed stuff. And I do stuff because there are people out there taking what doesn't belong to them. And that doesn't sit right at all. Doesn't sit right. And I do stuff because people go to great lengths to stop me doing stuff. And that ain't right either. And remember, when I say me, and the people that I love, because we are all one, whether you like it or not. We all came from the same place, whether you like it or not. You see, we weren't created separately from the one. Doesn't matter when we were created, we were still created. Whether you were first or last. Problem. What's the problem? Does not sit right. Why not? Why so much bitter? It's not, it's lager. I don't do bitter. I suppose I do thousands of years of suffering of people, which doesn't sit right. And at the present time, there are children suffering, and there are women suffering, and there are men suffering for no reason other than some people think that they are gods and that they are immune to the universal laws. Because as Forrest put it, they hide behind a skirt. So originally I said, no more umbrella. Everything is seen. Everything that was done, everything that is being done, everything that is going to be done by you people is already known. There is no leak. There is no snitch. There is nobody telling anybody your business. There is just you thinking. Remember? We all exist inside one brain. And whatever you think is in that brain. And that brain knows what you think. So you're telling on yourself. Now, I said, it is not the thought that gets you in trouble. It is the intention behind that thought. And when you choose with that intention to put that thought out there, it will return to you because it is an evil thought intent on doing harm to someone. And then take it the other way. If it is a good thought intent on helping somebody, then that will go back to you too. That's the heaven side of it. Because now we live in the hell side of it that you created. See how that works? You see, when he fell from grace, he fell to earth and ruled hell. That chaos. This is hell. There is no underworld. There is this. So, no longer does he rule hell, because hell will be heaven. And the meek will inherit what is rightfully theirs. Don't care how you feel about it. Don't care what you think about me, as you can tell from what Mr. Axel Foley's been saying. I don't give a shit. I've been to me. I know who the fuck I am. I don't give a fuck what anybody says about it. Because I know there's a difference between me being evil and me just doing something that other people don't think is right. And when I say I am the truth seeker and truth speaker, I mean it. And when I say I fix things and I know stuff, I mean it. And when I say I solved that poem, Mr. Axel Foley, I solved that poem. This was all about being faithful. That's where it was. And the original Old Faithful. That's what he's called, Old Faithful. And we are called the Faithful. And we are his treasure. And he is ours, along with Mum, Earth, Mother Earth, nature, human nature, spiritual nature, both inside the one vessel. Both need to act in the one voice to be the creator, to be able to manifest, to be able to stop evil fucks putting out black magic, voodoo, witchcraft, whatever you want to call it, all that bullshit. To be able to return that and say, no, you fucking have it. You put it out there, it belongs to you, you keep it. In whatever way you sent it out, you will get it back. But with interest, of course, because that's how the creator works. And that's how you will learn that what you're doing is wrong. You see, karma is just a lesson. Now, listen, it's only a bad lesson. Why? No, yeah, a bad lesson. Because you did something that was bad. Because if you did something that was good and you get good karma, dharma, then it's a good lesson. So the perception is whatever you put out. See how simple that is? Like you think that karma is bad because bad things happen. Or you'll think karma is good because good things happen. But good things will happen because you do good things now. Whereas before, you used the energy of good people to have good things. Like you stole what they should have had by using their good energy. You hid behind a skirt and claimed that you were a good person and claimed that they were bad people because the shit that you did, you put on them. And that changes. The shit that you will do will come back to you. And the good that they do will go back to them. And should either do the other. So if the good did something evil, then they will get something bad. And if the evil did something good, then they will get something good. See how that works? Like we will live in a world where you get what you deserve, not what these supposed gods think they should get, and not what they think you should get, but what you actually deserve. So in 2020, something happened. And in 2021, something else happened. And you are getting what you deserve because of those things. And I will get what I deserve because of those things. And if you for 1 minute begrudge me that, then there is something wrong with you. Because I went through the fucking shit to come out the other end. The shit that you gave me. The shit that I accepted as a lesson to learn in order that I could come out the other side and get what I deserve. And in that getting what I deserve, allowing other people to get what they deserve. Good or bad, doesn't matter. But it will be for them, everyone, good or bad, doesn't matter, to learn that it's better to do good things and receive good things than it is to do evil things and receive not so good things. See, those are the lessons. If you stop doing evil and you start doing good, there's every chance that the karma you receive will not be as bad. It's going to be bad because you spent thousands of years doing it, but it won't be as bad. And you have the chance to raise yourself and live in a good way, receiving good karma. Excuse me, confirmation. Now, the only reason that you're against that is because your ego doesn't allow you to think that you're not the be all and end all. But you're not the be all and end all. So, whilst the ego is your pain receptor, tells you what's ouch, that's hot, shouldn't do that. You're not allowed to believe that all fire is bad. Fire will warm you when you are cold. It will light the way for you when it is dark. Like used correctly, it's good. Used incorrectly, it's bad. You need to use it correctly. You need to put it to one side and smell the fucking roses. Simple truths. Don't care whether you like it. What's he been saying now? Bore off, knob. Yes. Love your moustache, bro. You always did. Confirmation. Lame. I think Mazza is a rubbish FF soul, but that's it. I think he's a brilliant one. But Yornville, what I deserve seems to be your sad mush. No, you don't have to be here listening or seeing my sad mush. That is a choice that you have, and I'm not judging that choice. I think it's a good choice to be fair, but I'm not judging it. Boo! No way. I do not want what you think is true. Yuck. You don't have to have it. You have free will. You could choose to do whatever you want. Like coming on here and saying bad things about me while the universe is listening. You could choose to do what you want. But people will tell you it's not wise. Not a wise thing to do. We're in this, I don't know if you knew, but we're in this new earth now. The Matrix has been rewritten and the old laws don't apply. So people don't get away with the things that they used to get away with. And they don't create disharmony where they used to create disharmony because people are waking up that what people say about you doesn't mean nothing. Like I say, it says more about you than it says about me. I don't care. People can come on here and say exactly what they want, which is why I made you a mod. It doesn't matter. Everybody's a mod here. It doesn't matter if you hate me, if you love me, if you're indifferent. It don't matter. We're all equal. Doesn't matter. We all have an opinion, and that doesn't matter either. And we can all say and do what we want, and that don't matter either. You see, somebody said once, even though his name's not Jesus, that he who is without sin cast the first stone. No one throws a stone because we've all sinned. And even if you're right or wrong about the statements you make about me, it doesn't affect my world because I know about me. The Creator knows about me. I don't need to worry about what anyone else thinks about me. because I will get what I deserve. And when I get it, those people that were saying not so nice things will be going, oh shit, I wish I hadn't said that now, because you might hold it against me. And while I probably wouldn't hold it against you, I will certainly point out that you don't deserve it. See how that works? I don't care what anybody does. They need to care what they do. Not about me. It's not about what I want, what I care about, how I feel. It's about how they feel, what they want, what they care about. And if all they care about is being top dog, top banana, the be all and end all, that's up to them. And if they go about it in the right way, that's what they'll be. And if they go about it in the wrong way, they will find out that being bottom of the food chain don't feel that good. Thank you. You can say what you want, but you are shit at solving the FF poem. Can I say, I'll say, I'm shit at solving the FF poem, if that's what you want. But I know different. The universe knows different. FF knows different. No matter what you think. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. What matters is the truth. And the truth is, I truly solved it. The truth is, in 2021, I was given an account. The truth is, in 2021, some people thought it would be a good idea to hijack that and keep it for themselves. And then events escalated. And they got deeper and deeper and tried to take more and more and more and more and more. In 2023, they should have sorted stuff out instead of, I don't know, keep stealing the mail and redirecting it. Confirmation. So the truth is, you don't know what the truth is. I do. And so does spirit. And when I say spirit, I don't just mean the creator. I mean the seen and the unseen. I mean dragons, fairies, everything that you probably don't believe in. I mean the ancestors. And these ancestors are not just your normal average ancestors. Like, these people go to war, they know about war. I mean the archangels. Like, you might not believe it, but Mr. Michael, he's looking after me. I'm his number one, I don't know. What do you want to call me, mate? See, there's some people out there that don't like the fact that I know the truth about maritime law and land law, about straw man, about all these things that they say are just fictitious, but they're not, are they? Like, when you're born, they steal your name and your number. All those bills you get, that's your money. That's a check they give you. You just accept that it's a bill and you pay them. When you go to work, you work for the same people that everybody else works for. And then when you spend your money in the shop, you give it back to them. When you spend your money for your holidays, you give it back to them. When you spend your money at all, they get it back. All these companies are owned by the same people. You think you're going to work and you're earning a living. No, you're not. You're going to work to give them money that they gave you that they're taking back. And it's your money. You shouldn't have to work for them. I don't work for them. But they may have to work for me at one point. Not because I'm anybody special, but because somebody has to make sure that the homeless get what they deserve, even if they want to be homeless, that the medicine is used correctly, that children and women are safe, that the animals are safe, that the world is safe and heals, and that the ley lines are healed, and that Mother Nature is safe. You see, that's the truth of the world that we live in now. No more big pharma. No more bullshit media. No more oppressing governments. No more fake judicial systems. All of it's going. No more lies about education, science, evolution, all of that shit. No more bullshit about religion. It's all going to be revealed. Now, the Pope can either come forward and tell us and show us all of those treasures, all of that knowledge that's hidden away. It's going to happen anyway. One way or another, the world is going to wake up and they're going to want answers. And you could have 10 armies there and it won't stop them. The world is going to wake up and they're going to want to know the truth. I'm not lying. You guys are wank. When I say spirit, I mean I haven't got a clue. Worst solver ever. Total knobhead mazza. Yuck. You know nothing. Well, that means I know something. That's a silly thing to say, isn't it? Having the fact that I know nothing means I know something. Because I actually know something that is nothing. So you can't even get that right. I'd say you're the worst solver ever. You can't even get the insult right. What's that? Fatness. What's that mean? What's that for? I do not want what you think is true. Yuck. Thank you. You can say what you want, but you are... Oh, we've done all this. Don't blame everybody else being wank. It's just me. Oh, I have a clue. I have a clue. Trust me. Trust me. I think you know Yoda, don't you? Like, you know how I always got things right. Like, how I knew where everything was. Think that was luck? No. No. Like, I could find a can amongst thousands that nobody else could find, and you think I couldn't find a treasure? Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Just make yourself look stupid. Like, for some reason, I was meant to know stuff. Not guess it, not wonder about it, not think about it, not research it, just know it. And everything that I've said is true. And everything that I know, I know. So, it's over. Knobhead, knobhead, knobhead. I'm stupid. You are knobhead. Two knobheads or just one? You are knobhead. Cough. Come on. Yeah. Is that better? Did I cough? Don't get upset because I'm not upset. Like the others, they gave up as well. I don't know where they went. Like they say things like, "Who are you? What are you?" And I am either a blessing or your worst nightmare. And you should know that if you know me. If you know me. Lame. Are you listening? Are you listening to all this? Oh well. I hope you're still able to walk when you say that word lame. Gotta be careful what you say around me. Trust me. I'm not joking. I'm telling you the truth. You gotta be careful. My ancestors, spirit guides, archangels, and other beings. They take it personal when people insult me. I'm not kidding. Like, if you spoke to the people around the world that haven't been too kind to me, you'll know. They don't play when it comes to me. See, my reason for doing things is to help everybody, not just me. I don't give, I really don't give two fucks about being a millionaire or a billionaire or a trillionaire or whatever. But I do care that it's shared, not equally. What's the word? Correctly. It has to be shared correctly, not just for a certain few. Not we'll keep all the gold in these reserves and we'll put the prices up and we'll make them pay for the nose because we can afford to buy gold anyway. It doesn't matter for us. But for the poor people, they're going to have to work to buy some gold. Like that's the way they think. Like we're going to have this war, and even though you create your own oil reserves, petrol, diesel, the prices are going to go up because of this war. That's got nothing to do with us. What? And we're going to tell people, oh, you need to go out and buy petrol now because what? No, there's plenty. But they just want you in fear. They set everything up so your vibration is low so they can feed off you. So you're easier to manipulate. This fight or flight that they want you in. That's why the programs are like they are. Not many happy programs on the telly. It's all arguing and shouting and screaming. Not much good news. Why do you think there's never any good news? Like there's plenty of good news events that happen. They don't want you to have a nose. They want you to feel good. But those are the only words you know. Got to say something like dickhead or, you know. Oh, that'll do then. Waste of space. That'll do then. I suppose it's a little bit better than just the same thing, isn't it? Knob, rash, knobhead. Anyway, as much as I'd like to... Oh, look, 3:30. Wow, been on here too long. As much as I'd like to be insulted, by... I don't know. It is 10 to 2 in the morning. I don't suppose, I want to stay on too long being insulted. Not good for my ego. Oh, my ego's dead. My ego isn't too bothered about being called a waste of space or a knob brash or a stupid idiot or a knobhead or a... What? A GD? What the fuck is a GD? Captain Kidd! This woman... Uh-oh. I was just going to go. Now I'm going to have to read this. This woman was born in 1957 and passed away in 1957. She was 22 years old. How is this possible, Mario? This woman was born in 1957 and passed away in 1957. She was 22 years old. Oh no, it must be one of them clones. Must be one of them clones. She must have been an actress or something. I don't know. How is it possible? She was born before me. I know that. Oh, very good. Love it. How did you fool me like that? I hope Davey's still here. Davey knew. I should have waited a bit longer. And Dave, oh no, you already gave the answer. He's very funny. Love it. Love it. I prefer the clone one though. I like that one. Oh, 1957. I tell you what, that hospital had a lot of rooms. Nearly 2,000 rooms. I suppose they do have that lot. Quite a lot, don't they? Oh, don't be like that. That was funny. That was funny. Born in 1957, died in 1957. How is that possible? I like it. I think it's funny. Anyway, I'm going to go after that joke. Oh, look at that. Free. All them frees. Cool. If Frank was here, he'd be going spare now, saying, oh, you did it on purpose. Like, no, that's just what it is. 333 and 55. Change. Uh-oh. Change. 55 is change. 555 change. 333. That's important. Would have been worse if it was 369. The goose drank wine, the monkey chewed tobacco. Have a wonderful one, Mario and all. Yes, thank you very much. You have a great 4th of July. And I mean that. Like I say, I don't hold any animosity to anyone about anything. Not interested in it. Doesn't matter. Oh, and if there's a person out there who wishes to speak, I'm ready. I've been ready for ages. I'm waiting. I understand you're going through a few things. I understand that. But bear in mind there are two that want to speak. Not so good person who is going through a bit of shit and thinks that I'm a meal ticket, and then another person who wants to help. So I don't think you need to guess which offer I'm going to choose. It's just the way it is. Thanks, Captain Kidd. Again, take care. Don't drink too much. Don't stay out in the sun too much. It's not a good place to be. The fuck are you talking about, son? The fuck are you talking about? I don't know. You don't know what I'm talking about by now. You never will. Cheers, my friend. Take care. All of you, including you, Mr. Axel Foley. Mr. 9, is that 52? 1952. How come you went back to white? Because you were blue before. 1952. Oh, you were born in 1952. Because you used the A because you didn't want me to confuse it with the 2. So it was 8. So 1952. So I don't think you're Ash. And I don't think you're Daz either because he's not that old. Well, it could be. 1952. Why would you say 1952? The rainbow! Woohoo! Pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. What's that? Happiness. 42. Oh no. Don't tell Davio that. That's the life, the universe, and everything. Take care, everyone. Send you some hearts. I don't think that, big hearts. Ciao for now.